What is going on, my dudes? Tystra here, back again with another Genshin Impact video. And as always, if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe and like button down below. Like, hit that notification bell as well. It'd be wonderfully helpful. This is going to be a little bit of a different video from what I normally do, but I'm also joined with a fellow Genshin thirsty boy. He streams live at twitch.tv/AnthonyJMO. JMO, my boy, say hi.
Legasp, hello?
Legasp, hello? Well, sheesh. How you doing today, JMO?
I'm doing really well. I heard that you needed some help with a tier list, and I heard Genshin Impact, and I heard waifus, and I said, why the heck not? We need to end... there's like a few debates. I've seen plenty of tier lists, but I think really what matters are the two thirstiest people in Genshin Impact.
Exactly. So... yeah,
this is the tier list to end all tier lists.
Yeah, but it's not just gonna be waifus. We're also gonna be talking about husbandos as well. So
yeah,
we're gonna be fair. We're gonna do it for the male and the females. So
yes, sir.
As you guys can see, we have 5 tier levels. We have top tier, which is best waifus out there, 10 out of 10, no issues. Upper mid tier, which is basically like, yeah, there's maybe one thing we would change about them, but they're still really, really good. Mid tier, we don't like them, but we don't hate them. Lower tier, they're trash waifus or husbandos. Okay. And we got FBI open up for special cases. I think we could already agree on 3.
Yeah.
Klee,
yes,
Chi-Chi, Diona. All 3 of them need to go to FBI.
Now, if this was a different tier list, we would have had Klee in Daughteru tier because Tystra and is literally adopting Klee. For those who don't know. Yeah,
Klee is like my daughter. I would literally just be like, oh, look at that. I protect the little soul. Hey! You know. Rev, bleep that out, please. So, alrighty. So first off, we're gonna go ahead and start with the travelers. We're gonna start with Aether and Lumina. What are you thinking about Aether there, JMO?
So it's weird because we're going on a tier list that is going to be unbiased, and it's supposed to talk about husbandos and waifus and how they would fit in the category. I would have to say, Aether and Lumine, their character build-ups are really nice, and I feel like they can do their part. I would put them in top tier, honestly, but...
Really?
But they do have, like, those setbacks, you know? Like, I guess in a story aspect, you know, first and foremost, they split up because, you know, they couldn't beat a god.
Oh yeah. So let's just assume like if both of them were a part of that one story where, you know, they're both the traveler, that type of thing.
I still think they would be in top tier. I mean, they're adventurers. They have the survival skills to help and protect. Mm-hmm. Like you kind of want that out of either or. I mean, typically more so the husbando, right? Like you want them to be that figure if you're in that situation. Like if you're the woman, you want a husband, you want someone who's going to be there to protect you, or, you know, even protect yourself. But I see them being very responsible people, like both Lumine and Aether.
So here's my take on that. Cooking, they do fantastic. They both can cook exceptionally well. They can protect, because obviously they have all the power in the world, apparently, because, you know, they're from another dimension. They're great at traveling because they always are traveling. My one gripe, they barely talk. How am I supposed to communicate with them, like, as their waifu and husbando? That doesn't make any sense to me.
This is true.
So I agree they deserve to be near the top because of their exceptional cooking skills and everything else that they can do amazingly. But if they can't communicate, you know, I would say that they gotta be upper mid. All right, everybody's favorite punching bag, Amber.
Oh, poor Amber.
Now, I'll go ahead, I'll start off on this one. So, Amber, she is adorable. She doesn't cook herself. She goes out to eat, and she's always asking for sticky honey roast. Now, I love Taco Bell, but I can't go for the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. She's athletic, you know, she's always working. She's strong in the sense of storyline, not as like you playing as the character. So for me, I would probably put her in lower tier myself, just because she does have a lot of flaws. to her character.
Yeah, I kind of see your point. Like, I believe that she is lower tier. Like you said, she is adorable. I feel like going out all the time, especially if you're gonna get the one thing only every time, it's, you know, that obviously gets tiring, and I feel like at one point you just get so annoyed with the fact that you just stop, you know, you don't go anymore.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, I don't know, maybe she deserves a little bit more attention. I think honestly mid. I don't know.
You think mid?
I don't think lower tier. I feel mid. Like, I don't know. I feel like Amber is just underappreciated as well. I think this one time, maybe mid is more, you know, acceptable in this case.
We got Albedo now, the scientist, alchemist boy. Why don't you go ahead and start off with this one?
Where to even start with him? I'm actually gonna say lower tier.
Really?
And here's why. As much as I put Amber in mid tier, also because of her looks, because she is cute. Here's why Albedo should be mid tier. One, if you guys go through his story quest in the thing, he's got like 2 completely different personalities, right? You don't know whether to like him or to hate him. You don't know if he actually cares for you or he's trying to kill you. That immediately throws me on the fence of like, I don't know what this guy can do at any moment. Granted, he can help you, yeah, if you need help, but I also feel like maybe he might be someone of that type of like stature to actually use someone just for the sake of like his own desire, like science or whatever. I don't know, it just feels weird. If he had like a bit more of a open feel, I could see that. I mean, like, he's handsome, he's a good looking dude, like Albedo's amazing, but I don't know, after playing his quest mode, I honestly wouldn't trust him with a 10-foot pole like between us. I couldn't do it.
So my thing about this, and I want everybody to understand, he is a very neglectful character. If you notice, like, he does a lot of stuff and he neglects other people's feelings while he does that. It's a double-edged sword, especially if, like, you know, there's people who love him, like, you know, Sucrose, adorable little Sucrose. You know, he may say that he cares about their feelings, but he just does something and doesn't consider anybody else. I'll go ahead and take the rings on Ayaka. I feel we don't know enough about Ayaka yet. She is absolutely adorable. She's very soft-spoken, seems to be very intelligent. There's not enough for me to base anything on Ayaka. So I honestly, to be fair, I just put her in mid.
So I'll start on this one as well. I feel like I'm just going back and forth at this point, but Barbara, excuse me. I was getting sidetracked. I was thinking of the tier of where we put Amber. I actually feel like Barbara, I know a lot of people, I've seen people put like Barbara in like at least mid tiers, like she kind of falls with Amber in a sense. I actually want to say Barbara's somewhere in top tier. Like, think about it, she's an idol. I feel like she'd be extremely faithful. She has, you know, really interesting, you know, tastes in food. She likes spicy stuff. I mean, if you're someone, I like spicy stuff, I'm Mexican, so I mean, you know, that's a kind of a plus sign there. And even though she's always probably on the road doing like, well, you know, doing concerts, you know, because she wants to be an idol, I feel like that's something that people can support. And I honestly think that puts her in upper tier, or like at least in upper mid. You know, there's something about her character. Like, obviously, in a sense, if we're going by Genshin lore, she does kind of fall more on the younger side. But I feel like if we're going from like a real life perspective, if you were in a situation where you were just starting out with this person and you wanted to start a full living with them, this may not be a terrible option. I mean, you're gonna have stable income from just on her alone, you know, not to mention whatever it is you do. But obviously she's gonna be on the road a lot, but I feel like Barbara is one of those few people who are definitely closer to faithful than a lot of these other characters that we've already discussed, because we don't know enough about like Ayaka, like you said. Amber would probably be faithful, but she'd probably be more interested in her own things. And then, you know, kind of to go back on glossing over what we said about Aether and Lumine, they don't really talk. So that might be a big con on Amber's or on Barbara's part, but I still think that she at least deserves somewhere in mid or upper tier. I still think upper tier personally, but
the only issue I have with her is that I feel like her devotion to the church takes precedence over anything else.
I agree.
Beto, I will be real with y'all. I bet you Beto smells. Let me just put it to you all this way. She is on the seas all the time. She ain't bathing that much, I'm pretty dang sure. She looks good for not bathing that much, but I bet you she smell. I don't know. She'd probably want to go out drinking and all that, and I'm all for, you know, drinking when I get the chance. But if we're going off of just pirate ship Beto, she's probably a little smelly. So I'm gonna put her in mid, personally. Benny's Adventure
FBI
Squad.
open up tier.
You're gonna put him in FBI open up?
Someone with as much bad luck as him does not deserve to be a husband. I'm more likely to get electrocuted by this guy.
Bennett is just one of those little guys that I'm pretty sure he's like in his 16, 17 years old. You know, he's a great kid, great adventurer, doing his best, but he's
not good enough. I can't put him in lower tier.
No. Here's the thing. He goes, "Can I adventure and get some good loot?" And Mother Nature's like, "Sheesh."
Pretty much.
Chongyun.
I'm gonna say lower tier for him as well, and mainly just because I feel like he's gonna let his job take priority. Like, he's a demon hunter. He's gonna, you know, do his best to expel demons. He's probably not gonna be anywhere around in an actual like setting where you would throw him on a husbando list. On top of that, he likes really cold things. He only eats popsicles. He loses his mind if he doesn't have his popsicles.
Like here's also another thing that a lot of people I don't think are aware. He can get possessed as an exorcist. Yeah. Understand that he could get possessed, and so there could be one point where you have to deal with Demon Chongyun, and he's all up in your business, and he's just like doing some really weird ghost shit. Not gonna deal with it. I'm putting him in lower tier as well. That's too much for me. Diluc is top tier. And I say this because, one, he will protect you. Yeah. Two, he has money. Like, more
stable business.
Yeah, stable business that ain't going anywhere. Three, he has connections. And four, he has his own, like, vineyard. Like, everything, like, you have your own personal stash. You know, he's got maids to help. Like, if you need anything, they'll do anything for you. Maids and butlers. You know, he's the total package of a husbando that's going to take care of you. All right, official.
Okay, so I'm gonna say mid tier.
Yep, I knew it.
But I can probably see why you're gonna say you're probably gonna put her in upper tier.
No,
she's a very classy person. Like, in all honesty, she's different. She's classy. Maybe a little on the weird side. She obviously talks in a different tongue than most. Like, she has her own thing, which is fine. You know, I feel like people can get used to that. Mm-hmm. I don't know personally enough about her.
I would personally put her in FBI open up. When I was doing my digging, you know, there's people that have constantly like done like the ages and all that stuff, and are trying to scientifically confirm ages. In most of those, Fischl is 15 years old. I'll put her in lower tier just because there isn't a solid evidence about her age. But most of the people, when they've done like the little age things from the sites, rule her around 15, 16 years. Thankfully, I get to start on this one. Ganyu.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's top tier. All right, Hutao.
All right, so I'm going to say upper mid. I did say I was going to say top tier, but I kind of want to just see if I can meet you up in the upper tier. Because, I mean, again, she has a steady job. It may not be the most, might not be the most enjoyable job by any means. Like, but people have to do it, right? So it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I feel like she, at the same time, like, if you can get over that stuff, like, I see someone in chat already saying she deals with ghosts. She has like that personality that kind of draws you to her a little bit, you know? Like, I obviously, like, I've known people who, praise Hutao, and a lot of people just say that they enjoy like her personality. She's very outspoken, she's open, she likes to make jokes. She does, like, I feel like she's the whole package in one, and it's almost like, boom, that sense of reality. She works at a funeral parlor.
Yeah. I would definitely have to agree with upper mid because she has her own job and business. She does make money from it. She has the connections, but God, being with somebody who works in a funeral parlor would just be weird. Jean, I would actually have to say is top tier. Now, before anybody gives me any flack on this, remember, Jean can cook. Jean works hard. A lot of people know her around the city and respect her. She's a very respectable figure. You know, as the acting head of the Knights of Favonius, she does really good work, but she is always busy. So I think that she would be on the lower of the top tier, maybe upper mid. Our boy, Kaya.
Oof. Kaya. I would probably say somewhere between upper tier and mid. He's got the quality, you know, he's got the looks, he's there, right? He's a weird case. I feel like he's very mysterious, and that can get a little hesitating at first, maybe, unless you I guess you truly know this guy, but it's hard. He has just like this side personality, I feel like, that we don't really see as often, because he has the side connections, you know, he says that.
Yeah.
And he has like inside connections with groups that are, you know, bad people, right? So it's hard to say. Do you want someone who's like that?
Yeah.
Personally, I wouldn't. So that's why I would say mid over upper mid.
Really quick, before we continue on the catching, I realize we have Kazuha here as well. I'm going to put him in mid right next to Ayaka because we don't know much about him yet. Catching for me, as adorable as she is and how she makes her little hair into cat ears, which is very creative. She's a very creative girl. I feel as though she would start fights a lot because she has that kind of prudish way about her of talking to people. So personally for me, and this is going to go with the joke a lot of people do, I personally would put her in mid for mid-ching. I don't feel that she's great, and I don't feel like she's bad. She's just kind of there. Lisa. Now, Lisa's got the charm, downright sexy. like, she's got a very good job as the librarian of the Knights of Favonius. She knows, like, all the good spots around town, you know, and I bet you she does know how to cook. Not only that, but she can protect you because she's one scary woman. Personally, at least for me, may not be my top choice as waifu, but I would put her in top tier.
I agree.
Mona.
Of course, you wanted me to take over this one.
Yes, I did. It's because I know you.
You already know I'm going to say top tier. And granted, I know some people may debate me on this and say, no, she's upper tier because she's not the best, because, I mean, she's literally dirt poor.
Yeah.
Right?
That's like, that's honestly why I would put her in upper mid.
That's where we step in, right? As adults, as men, you know, if we're talking like old fashioned, it was more appropriate, especially in the time. If we're going back and thinking about the time of Mondstadt, right? This is dated before cars, right? So there's any real way of transportation.
Yeah.
I feel personally that it could be our responsibility to help provide for her, even at the same time. I feel like she'd be loyal for that, you know?
Yeah.
She would be very grateful to you for going out, you know, doing whatever it is that you do, coming back home to her specifically. Keep in mind, she's absolutely freaking insanely hot. I'm gonna put it out there like that. I mean, I don't know how else to really sugarcoat that. I just feel like she's that perfect blend of everything, you know, like she has the drawback of, like, you know, always being broke, but there's just nothing I can honestly say I would see as a pro, or as like a con with her. I mean, maybe there's something that someone can find, but I feel like she'd be very loyal to the person that she's with, especially if you're the one coming home to her every night and bringing in Mora, right? I mean, and I'm also kind of a sucker for that, like, stuck-up personality she has. I'm not gonna lie.
Ningguang. I think, honestly, it's tough for me. Because part of me wants her in top tier and part of me wants her in upper mid. The reason why top tier, she obviously has a lot of money. You know, she basically owns a bunch of stuff. She's very powerful, so she could protect you. She basically has it all. But I feel like there'd be that dynamic of, like, we would just be kind of gravel under her feet type of thing. Take point, bro. Noelle.
Oh, Noelle. Oh, God. I mean, she's a knight. She has many.
No, she's not a knight. Not a knight.
You're right. Sorry, she's a mage. She has plenty of credentials in her. Like she definitely knows how to cook. She can bake. She can clean. Like she's literally the perfect waifu. I have to say, I don't know if her age. That might be a mid reason. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to say mid. I don't remember her age. After playing her hangout number or her second one, she kind of gets annoying.
Really?
It's hard to say. Like when she gets really down, she kind of focuses more on just her and having to do something. I feel like she kind of brings herself down too much, forces herself to do everything, but wouldn't let you take charge of that. That's kind of why I would say mid, because I feel like you wouldn't really be able to get to a point where you would be allowed to do something for her without her feeling guilty.
Anyways, Razor, stinky wolf boy, lower tier. Yeah. The only thing that he could do is
survival skills.
Yeah,
he can protect you, but you want to survive off of just eating wolves?
No,
or whatever.
Wolf berries like, and all that. No,
or hello.
No, I definitely like. For me, he's stinky boy. No, Sucrose.
I'm gonna say somewhere between upper mid and mid. I feel like she's got the quality, and I hear that, Ty.
No. Like, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised.
I feel like maybe somewhere even in lower tier. Like she's definitely in between. She's not FBI opener. She's not top tier, but she can literally fit anywhere. She may focus a little too much on the alchemy stuff. That might be a problem. I feel like she can get very clingy. That could also be a problem. I would have to say mid. I don't know, that the personality's there. I feel like she's a little too shy all the time, and it's really hard to break her out of that shell.
So for me, I'm gonna put her in upper mid. And the reason being is because yes, there's that shyness factor, but she is devoted. She works really, really hard to get better at stuff. Like she's got thousands of experiments that she's done before, and sometimes that could be, a good quality in the relationship. Not saying it is absolutely in everything, but certain aspects, hint hint, wink wink, nudge nudge. But what's keeping her from that top tier is how submissive she is in everything she is and how scared that she can be. I feel like you would honestly have to constantly be like, come on, it's fine, it's okay, it's not a big deal. Child
tier, he's a freaking toy salesman. Hold. just go to your point. I had to be modest.
It's tough because it's like child would hold too many secrets. I feel like he wouldn't be trustworthy. Like obviously, go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off there. I hear you. It does feel like he has a lot of secrets to hide, but he is highly dependable and very, very protective.
Yes, and
he does hold a lot of secrets, but I mean,
you'd be in a lot of danger with Child. So I would say mid, because while he's devoted to protecting you, he's a very kind spirit.
He does Mora as well, but he kind of gets it in the wrong ways. I feel.
Yeah, he gets it in the wrong way. But we wouldn't know because he wouldn't tell us. He'd just be like, I sold some toys, So I mean, granted, if you were to have a kid with this guy, toy salesman, he's good. He's got he somehow gets toys. Venti.
Lower tier. There's not much to say about Venti. He's just a drunkard. He's a
top tier.
Definitely low.
In all
he does is drink. He doesn't pay for his drinks.
He has no mora. He's a drunkard. I mean, granted, the good thing is he can switch between boy and girl. We already know he can. He's the animal archon. He's a god. He chooses the form that he wants to be. But they could switch consistently. They could choose whatever they freaking want. But the fact that he's dirt poor, drunkard, lower tier. Zhengling, what do you think?
I'm gonna say mid.
Yeah, she's kind of
doesn't really have the quality. She's kind of bland.
She's almost FBI for me.
No, I agree.
I honestly think we should just put her in FBI because.
Yeah.
She's very, very young.
Actually, no. You know what? Let's actually engage on this. Why do you feel like she should be FBI? Because I'm actually curious. Because I'll tell you why I would have actually thrown her there had I not said mid.
I think she's really, really young. To me, that's just a given in FBI. Some of the concoctions that she cooks is just weird, and only kids would think about. So I honestly think Zhangling would be FBI. She's a very weird kid. Zhao, lower tier. No friends have an ass. A emotionless asshole. Would probably
be alone.
Would rather be alone. Would probably abuse you. Lower tier. No. Xingqiu, what do you think?
I don't know. I feel like he's got good characteristics, honestly. Like other than maybe not being 100% about you, I feel. Because I mean, he reads a lot. You know, I guess it's a decent hobby for someone who likes to read. I don't know. He's a weird case. Like I don't know enough about him, honestly.
Yeah, there's not many qualities for Xingqiu. He likes reading, so he's intelligent.
FBI open up.
Xinyan is FBI open up.
He looks way too young. She's scared of fucking frog and cricket sounds. Like hello.
Yeah, so I'm glad that I was literally gonna say FBI open up on Xinyan anyway. So that's.
I feel like she's just way too young.
Zhongli, I'll let you take charge on this one.
Top tier for sure.
Top tier? Why is that?
He's very devoted to the people that he knows. He's just an overall around an amazing person. Like he's got the presence of a husbando. He could literally just make more at any moment he wanted to if that was even a struggle. He's very knowledgeable. I feel like he could just be there and just do whatever he can to help you. On top of that, he can protect you. He's just got all the right traits. Like he's basically, his personality fits his character. So in a game's perspective, when he sees 6, he becomes like literally one of every type of character that's in Genshin. He becomes support, healer, DPS, sub DPS. Like he's the whole package.
Rosaria. Now, she is hella cute, hella hot. For me, she's got the characteristics with the short hair and the color scheme. But I'd still put her... I don't know, it's a struggle because she has qualities for top tier, but she's... I would say she's on the cusp of going to top tier. You would say Rosaria top tier?
I would, honestly, yeah. Like even minus the fact that she's like a Nighthawk like Diluc, you know, like how Diluc would go out and just take care of business. Even if you never find that out, I feel like she would be faithful and devoted. Like she might have a stubbornness attitude about her, like if questioned, but I don't know. I feel like that's just a part of every relationship. Like I don't know if that would be reason to knock her down a peg.
Eula.
I would say lower tier, honestly. I think we even this tier list out to get her to lower tier and let Yanfei be the ultimate tier breaker here. We could do that. I mean,
we have been pretty
about Eula. That's hard because I mean, she probably would extract vengeance on you for all we know.
It's not entirely fair to put her in lower tier because of that. I feel like when it comes to her, she definitely has some like qualities of like, if you were to talk to her, she would like kind of talk down to you, but I don't think she would know that she's doing that. Yanfei, the final one.
I think top tier, to be honest.
Really?
She's got all the qualities. I mean, obviously she works an amazing job. She's a lawyer. You know, obviously she's racking in dough, right? As an adepti, I would assume that she knows all the qualities of life. You know, she's very outspoken, very open. She's beautiful at the same time. Like, yeah, at least now, first and foremost, fuck what Genshin has to say if anyone even tries to say that she's even under the age of 18. She works as a freaking lawyer.
Yeah, she is a consultant lawyer. She is
considered an adepti.
She's hundreds of years old.
Yeah, like that's already room, so that could debunk anything, regardless of whether people want to say she physically looks younger. I don't see that in Yanfei. I honestly think she's deserving of a top tier. I feel like she just has all the qualities.
All right, we'll go ahead and start from the bottom and go from the top. See if we're all good. FBI open up. Klee, Chi-Chi, Diona, Bennett, Zhangling, Xingqiu, Xinyan. Lower tier, Albedo, Chongyun, Fischl, Razor, Venti, and Zhao. Mid tier, we got Amber, Ayaka, Kazuha, Ado, Kaya, Keqing, Child, Eula. Upper mid, we got the Travelers, Aether, and Lumina, Barbara, Hu Tao, Ningguang, Noelle, and Sucrose. And then top tier, we got Diluc, Ganyu, Jean, Lisa, Mona, Zhongli, Rosaria, and Yanfei. I think that's a pretty good list. It's not even out yet, but you know, I didn't feel comfortable putting Eula in lower tier. I didn't think it was fair.
It would have been nice to see that though. Can we just get like a quick thing so I can screenshot Eula in lower tier?
You want to see?
Just so we can say top tier is truly the best tier.
There you go.
Thank you
Yep.
so much. All right,
All right.
now we can put her back in.
But let us know in the comments of this video that's being posted up on YouTube what you guys think. Do you guys disagree with some of these choices? If so, why? And also let me know if there was somebody that you would put in top tier that didn't make the top tier. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for the opportunity. JMO, thank you for joining me today. I deeply appreciate it.
Worries.
This was an hour video, by the way. Or at least... Sheesh! Alrighty, guys, thank you so much. Much love to y'all. Don't forget to check out JMO on Twitch. I'll post his link in the description. And thank you so much.